So I was getting a channeled message from my team the other day, and basically they told me, listen, okay, all of you guys, all of us as a collective, we already know what angel numbers mean. We've seen the 1111s, we've seen the 222s, okay? But let's get real, okay? They're basically saying that we are at a level of our ascension where we can know the deeper meanings behind these angel numbers. So I'm gonna tell you what the deeper meanings are, okay? So if you want to write this down, or even if you want to save this video, make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you watch, okay? Like I said, in my previous video, I'm gonna be doing a little bit of a change, okay, on this channel. It is going to be all about spirituality, all about life. So we're gonna see what else I come up with. The hidden meanings behind the angel numbers, okay? So everybody has seen 111. Okay, so 111, yes, it does mean a new beginning, but 111 usually means an energy pickup. Okay, so if you are feeling very negative, drained, you don't feel very good in the spot that you're in, and you see 111 on the clock, wherever, right? Usually that means that it's time for you to uplift your spirit, uplift your vibration, your frequency, because you are quickly manifesting your physical reality right now. So be careful of the things that you're thinking, be careful of the words that you're speaking, especially if you just said something or just thought something that was negative or something that may not be for your highest good, and you see 111, that's usually a warning from your team that it's time to pick up your vibration so that they can manifest the reality that you actually want and not manifest what you don't want. So this is kind of like an example of, damn, I hate this motherfucking job. I wish I ain't have this job, right? In reality, maybe the job ain't bad, but you're tired of waking up at 5 in the morning, right? So it's like you got to be careful of the words that you speak. Words is power, okay? There is power in life and death and the power of the tongue. So be aware of that. That's an energy pickup, okay? 222, okay, everybody knows, yes, that means a partnership. It can mean love. 222 definitely means there are good things happening in the connections that you're including yourself in. So if you are currently in a relationship and you keep saying 222 and it's a healthy relationship, that doesn't mean that there aren't trying times. But if it's a healthy relationship and you keep seeing twos, usually that means that that person is probably a very strong soulmate to you. This is someone that has good intentions for you. These are good things, okay, when you see 222. Also, if it's not in love, it could also be partnerships in the workplace. So if you just got a new job and you keep saying 222, that's balance coming in. That's a true partnership coming in. Okay, twos talk about, partnership and balance. So this is all about keeping yourself grounded, and knowing that whatever partnership that you're in or whatever situation that you're in, that this is a good thing or this is for your growth. Okay, so that's 222. 333. Not a lot of people talk about 333, but I love 333 because I do feel like what they feel 333 means could be different than what others may say. So take it with a grain of salt, take it if you want to, but 333 basically means to me that there is an interchange that needs to happen in you. Point blank. So usually threes to me signify a pattern, right? A link. So if there's a negative thought pattern that's happening in your head over and over again, you keep thinking about yourself negatively, there's a negative thought pattern, there's a negative thought train, and you see 333, usually that's your team telling you, stop this pattern. It's usually stop this pattern, stop this link, this chain of negative thinking. You may be manifesting something negative, but it's not even about manifesting. This is about realizing that this is an interchange that needs to happen in you. So this means that whatever you're thinking about when you see 333, this is basically a warning or a sign from your team letting you know that you need to push forward and understand why you may be feeling the way that you're feeling, why you may feel like you need to do A, B, and C. It's like reevaluation on yourself, and also breaking a link or a chain or a pattern that may not be positive for you. So that's to me 333. If I see 333, I can take it as my team telling me this is a you problem, boo, not a them problem. So it's kind of like that, especially when you get into self-victimization and all this other stuff, or projecting, whatever. It's like you have to kind of go back to you. So that's usually what 333 means to me. 444, everybody talks about that. Yes, that's divine protection, yes. But 444 could also signify that there is stability trying to come in, and you need to be as open as possible to expand your path. Okay, so maybe the path that they're trying to give you, or the blessing that they're trying to give you, the alignment that they're trying to give you, is trying to come through. Okay, so they're trying to get you in a space to where you're grounded enough to receive it. So if you're seeing 444, that can mean like alignment is on its way. You're receiving alignment as it comes now. So be aware, be very aware or enlightened about your surroundings at that time. The 444 also means that they are protecting you right now, spiritually and physically right now. It could be someone that could be sending things your way. If you see 444 and you know you got beef with somebody, that doesn't mean that happens every single time. But if you know this person may be a little negative, they may be speaking negatively on your name, and you see their name, or you're seeing certain signs and you see 444, that's them. That's your team telling you that they're protecting you at that time. They're removing you from a certain situation, or energetically they're protecting you in some way. So 4s all around means really good things. Okay, alignment, stability, and protection. Okay, all in one. Okay, 555. My team knows I hate saying 5s. I hate it. 5s mean no, and I don't like no. I never have. So when it comes to 5s, usually that does mean a change is coming. Yes. Sometimes it means that you're resisting the change that needs to come. So if you're saying 555 and let's say, example, you're breaking a promise to yourself. You told yourself, listen, as soon as I get off work, I'm going straight home. I'm not going to Target. I'm not going on no shopping run. I'm not taking myself to the mall. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And then you take your ass into the grocery store, or you take your ass into the boutique or whatever it is. And then you see 555. That basically means, hey, remember when you said, they're holding you accountable. So 5s usually means they're holding you accountable. There's changes that need to happen here. You may need to stop what you're doing as well. So 5s is a big warning sign for me. Like when you see 5s, especially if it's something negative that you're doing, feeling, experiencing, whatever, that's a big no. Like that is a huge no. When you see 5s, no. So usually that means that there is something that needs to change. They're holding you accountable, or it's a big ass red stop sign. It's in stopping your tracks and don't do nothing further, because they may be trying to protect you from you, okay? Or from others. But really, I feel like it's really from your internal surroundings, okay? What's going on with you in that moment? Okay, so that's 5s. 666. All right, we already know religiously there's certain, history behind 666. Okay, I'm not going to get into that. I kind of feel on both sides that I can see pros and cons to both sides. Usually, I hardly ever see 666, but if I do, usually that means that there is soulmate energy coming to me now, soft energy, feminine energy coming into me now. 666 also means that I am removing an obstacle, or I'm surpassing it. Okay, so what could have been a disaster is not, mainly because I listened. Okay, so it's from the 5 to the 6. So once the 5 shows up, that means there's a challenge, there's an obstacle, there is, there's something that needs to be changed, right? It turns into the 6, which means that there is a path opening up for you. There's a path, or you're surpassing obstacles. So 6s are a good thing, believe it or not, if you see it. Okay, so it's not necessarily a bad thing. It could also mean soulmate energy from your loved one, or soulmate. It could be in relationship, and it could be platonic. So if you keep saying 666, that could also mean that someone's thinking about you. Here is the downside to 666 for me. This is personally to me. It depends on the situation, because if you wake up in the middle of the night and you see 666 somewhere, to me, that is not a good sign. But 666, in certain cases, when your spirit or your intuition is already telling you something's off, I'm waking up early in the middle of the night and this is wrong, and you're saying 666, you need to do a banishment, or you need to do a purification, or you need to get some sage, okay? The easiest thing to do is get some sage. Maybe even the quickest thing to do is sage or prayer, okay? You don't have to believe in, the religious aspect of anything, but even praying to yourself, or telling yourself that you're protected and you're affirming your own protection, usually that will help. Okay, so just be aware, do it however you want to do it, but the 6s, to me, it's a double-edged coin, so be aware, light and dark. Okay, there's always a light and dark to everything. So that's 6s to me. Okay. 7s is my favorite. Well, second favorite. 7s to me mean that there is divine intervention coming there, and it's a good thing. Okay. 7s mean good luck, prosperity, yes. But also it's a message from your team letting you know that you just received divine wisdom at that time and place, in that dream that you just had, and whatever conversation you're having right now with your friend. That friend could be relaying, or a channeled message from them letting you know this is what you need to do, and you need to pay attention. 7 to me mean that you need to pay attention to what is helping you in this time, because 7s is like, it's such an abundant number, it turns into the 8. So the 7s is like you've received the divine guidance, so walk in your wisdom, walk in what you know. So 7s mean understand that your manifestations are on the way. 7s mean good luck. Sevens mean just divine wisdom. Okay, you've received what you need to know about this. So when you see 777, usually that means that you receive what you need to know. The lesson may be completing on its own, or you may be understanding what it is that you need to do. Whatever situation you're going through in that moment is what it will pertain to. So whatever feeling that you're going through and you're seeing these numbers, be aware of what thoughts you're having. Okay, so that's 7. 7s are always a good sign. Okay, always very lucky. Okay, also it can mean fertility. I don't know why I'm getting that, but they're telling me that as well. So some of you guys, especially those of you guys that are active and wanting children or wanting that path, man or woman, and you keep seeing 777, and that's been like a subject or a focus or a goal, that is a good sign that something is on its way. Okay, so that's a good sign. Okay. It can also mean fertility in whatever you're creating. Okay, so this is a good sign, wisdom, and intuitive nudge. Okay, so 8s, 888 is my favorite number. I don't care where I'm at, what I see. 888 means it's some money coming to me. Okay, so when you see 888, that usually means there's abundance on its way. You may need to reground yourself and understand that you need to be in a place of gratitude in order to receive this. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of our team, well, at least my team, they really highlight gratitude in my life. Okay, especially being someone that is gifted or someone that has a business doing this. A lot of this is turning the lesson into perspective so that you could teach it to others. So for y'all, like, understand when you see 888, this is abundance in all things. 888 means that it's abundance in all things. So whatever you choose to do and you see 888, this means it's a good sign, good thing. Yes, a double yes. 888 means money. 888 means good fortune. 888 means whatever you're sowing will reap its benefits. It will reap a reward. So this is a good sign all around. 8s also mean hard work as well. So if you feel like you are enduring something painful, you're doing hard work in something, that this means that you're still aligned and this is still the goal and this is still something that you need to do. This is still something that you should follow through with. The 8 turns into the 9. The 9 talks about, resistance as well, okay, or persistence, really, to me. So 8s is a good sign. Anytime you see 8s, it's money coming in, possibly it's abundance coming in all forms. And this is also a time for gratitude so that you can allow it to come in. Okay, so think about 8s as the infinity sign. Okay, like this. Okay, if you turn the 8 sideways, if it's the infinity sign, that means the energy flows where it goes. 999. 999 basically means to me that this is time for self-reevaluation. This is time for hermited mode. Okay, the hermit is a 9. Okay, for those of you guys that are into tarot. But 9 to me that it's time for a self-preservation mode. It's time for you to hermit yourself. It also is a sign from your team, to be honest, especially if you work with a lot of people or you're out a lot or you plan or intend to be out at a certain time and you're seeing 999, that means cloak yourself. That means you need to have a headscarf on, you need to have a hat on, you need to have something on that is covering your crown in some way, shape, or form. Glasses as well, sunglasses. There's something about that, covering yourself. That could also mean that it's time to cloak yourself. But most of the time, 9s mean to me that there is perseverance that needs to be had. There's a deeper learning to a situation. Also, it means I need to do some self-care. So this means I don't need to worry about nobody else's problems. I need to worry about Sierra's problems, or I need to worry about, what's going on in my situation. This is all about self-reflection. 9s mean self-reflection. And then lastly, because I think we already know what 11 is and all of that, 1010 is a closed chapter, closed book. Something is coming to a close. Okay, a cycle is coming to a close. So whenever I say a cycle, that basically means, we go through different cycles every day, every week, however, periodically, whether they be long, hard, short, usually they circulate around a lesson, okay, or they circulate around a certain energy at the time. So we are recycling energy. We are going through cycles. Cycles are ending when you see 1010. A difficult cycle is ending when you see 1010. Pain may be coming to a close when you see 1010. So be aware. There's also good luck coming to you as well when you see 1010. 1010 also means that there's prosperity that is coming to you. So there's a little bit of intuition and belief and faith that you have to have in that moment, because 10s to me mean the waiting room. Okay, so 10s mean that you're in a place where you're about to reap what you're sowing. You're about to head into a bigger platform or a better situation, hopefully a more prosperous cycle, and whatever that is, that's what's happening for you. So they're trying to rev you up, they're preparing you. Tens are the waiting room. So that's what 1010 is. 1111, we know it's twin flame energy, all of that. I would go down the list, y'all, because I really could, but you know, also, I will say this with angel numbers, please be aware that everybody's team presents different angel numbers for different times, for different reasons for everyone. Every individual has a specific team where they do things differently. So everybody has their own way. So please take this time to strengthen your bond with your team. Ask them what it is that they're trying to show you when you see these numbers, because it could be different for you, it could be the same. But understand that these numbers are just a way for them to help guide you. It's not for them to change what your decisions are. This is just to help you choose what decision may be best for you, like a parent.